VVA Chapter 1067, Huntsville, Alabama, presents
Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First off, let me say, it is truly an honor to be in this room with all of you. I am a member of the Post 237 Honor Guard, and you know, we go out on a lot of details, and we show our respect to those veterans, and we serve their families, you know, right from the heart. I'm proud to be on this Honor Guard team with the members that I serve with on it, because they are all sincere. They're very dedicated. There aren't a lot of people who would want to spend their Saturdays going to funerals, let me tell you. And but you know, it's always appreciated. But you know, what I wanted to talk to you about tonight, folks, is I'd like to get to, we all know that there's a crisis going on. You've all heard about the 22 veterans a day take their own life. In 2012, 5 years ago, and it's gotten worse since, the magazine Mother Jones reported that more veterans died by their own hand than died in combat. That was 5 years ago. Up to 20% of the returning veterans from the Iran, the Iraq, and Afghanistan conflicts are taking their own lives. Of that 22 a day, 50% of them are Vietnam veterans who've been struggling with it all those years and just can't struggle with it anymore. We're not talking about a choice. We're not talking about something where you can go up and you can tell them, oh, just get over it, flip a switch on their back. No, they have evidence. They have MRI scans that show the changes in the brain that occur when the people have PTSD, and there's no cure for it. Now, there's a lot of programs out there that, you know, that help. But the thing is, they don't all work for everybody. There's some programs work for these people, and some work for these people, and so on. But we've got a program here called PetsforVets. This program might not help everybody. It might not be what everybody needs. But I tell you what, a lot of the veterans that become suicidal, dealing with PTSD, TBI, and related issues, they withdraw from other people. They live with, you know, they left the war, but the war didn't leave them. My friends, we got POWs right here, walking and sitting and talking, and we probably all know some. They're prisoners of war, and they can't help it. They can't sleep, they lose their jobs, a lot of them turn to alcohol, a lot of them self-medicate, a lot of them become homeless, and they, you know, but the farther they recede from other people and the more isolated they become, the greater the chance that they're going to take their own life, that they'll slip into that black hole of hopelessness. PetsforVets is a great program because while service dogs, we all know, cost $7,000 to $10,000, can take 14 weeks to 18 months to train them, depending on the person and the dog. This isn't that kind of a program. To get a service dog, you know, you've got to have a VA doctor prescribe it. Now the VA, they flip-flopped and you know, they stopped paying for any non-physical injuries. They got so much flack that they flipped back and they said, oh, well, okay, you know, we will pay for service dogs. Well, unfortunately, it's like a 80-20. So the veterans got to come up with the rest of the costs. Not only that, generally they have to be able to travel, go out of state, etc. Very expensive, and a lot of our guys, a lot of the people that need them, they just can't do it. Some of the programs, there's a program here I've heard about called Got Your Six. Great program. They train teams. They train the veteran and dog at the same time, etc. For PTSD and etc. But only certain people with PTSD can go to the, I mean, there's a lot of people suffering from PTSD that can't go to the meetings because of their condition. So that program won't help them, you know? Pets for Vets, the only thing that's required is that the person be a veteran. They just have to show that they got a DD-214 and that they have a need for an animal like this. He's been with me for 3 years, and I'll tell you what, for 6 years, I didn't do anything that didn't absolutely have to be done. For 6 years, I lived in that black hole, and I was getting worse. Well, this guy changed my life. Now I'm on the honor guard of the American Legion. I go out and I talk to other people. I talk to veterans. I talk to groups. Been working on setting up a chapter right here in Huntsville because we've got a lot of people here that needed a program like Pets for Vets. Now, my dog didn't come from Pets for Vets because we didn't have one. And it cost me, okay? I went to an adoption thing, and by the time I got home with my free dog and everything I needed, I was out $250 that I didn't have. But this dog saved my life. He gave me a new life. And now I teach creative writing. I've been writing again. I teach over at the senior center. And I'm getting published again. I've been published every month in the old Huntsville magazine. And I've gotten my students published. I'm out making a difference again.
Amen.
And this guy here is one of the big reasons that I can do that. I turned my life around. This program, no cost to the veteran whatsoever. We'll send, let's say we have a local chapter and we're close. We'll send somebody out, they'll interview the veteran, they'll assess their needs, assess their lifestyle and their ability to care for an animal. It's called pets, not dogs, for a reason. And that's because some veterans can't handle a dog, or where they live, they can't have a dog. But these guys, you put them together with a veteran who's suffering from that, they can pull them out of that black hole. Anybody here that's ever had a dog knows the power that these animals have. Unconditional love, unconditional loyalty. They got your back. You know, you might have been, you were in yeah, even if you were running into a bombed out building, you knew that somebody had your back. These guys come home, they got to fight a different war. They got this going on up here, and they got to fight the system. They got, you know, and nobody's got their back. We match them up with the dog. Trainer goes out, rescues the dog from a shelter. Put them together with the veteran. Hey, they get along great. Then the dog goes to boot camp for 6 to 8 weeks, where it's made sure that it's, now that's, Pets for Vets pays for all the adoption fees, shots, neutering, spaying, microchipping, anything that the dog needs, you know, if it's got kennel cough or whatever. We save the dog saves the vet. And these guys, They've changed lives. I'd like everybody to pick one of these up tonight. They're over on the table here. Pick up one of my cards to contact either me or Pets4Vets at their website. I'll tell you what we need from you and what I'm asking from you. I believe that Pets4Vets in Huntsville, and we'd be the 37th chapter in the United States. That's how successful this program is. Oh, by the way, when they leave, when the dogs come back from boot camp and they're paired up again with the veteran, we leave them a package worth $500 of collars, bedding, food, whatever they need. Get them through the next 3 to 6 months. And then we stay in touch with them. And we make sure they're getting along okay, you know? And they become part of our family. And then we're there to take care of them. Dogs got their back, we got their back. There are 330,000, over 300,000 veterans in the state of Alabama. Only 19,000 of those are signed up in a veterans organization, whether it be Vietnam Veterans of America or the American Legion. How many veterans are out there, folks? 20% of them are going through hell. Now, we didn't leave them behind back then. If we could help. I don't want to leave them behind right here. Every day someone comes up and tells me about a relative or a friend who just took their own life. This program saves lives. Doesn't cost anything. It's all voluntary funded. It doesn't cost the city, state, county, or anybody else any tax money or nothing. It's a great program. It's a wonderful program. We're very close. We expect to be operational in the spring. But before that happens, we need more trainers. We need at least two. We need 2 to 4 more trainers, but at least 2 before we can open. And we need to expand our infrastructure of fosters, because while the dog's in training, they go to a foster. The trainers need help and support because, you know, they volunteer their time. And we need people that can shop. We need people that can transport animals. If you think that you have anything that can help us, whether it be contacts with trainers, support, funding, grants, donations, etc., please get in touch. Either with me on my email or with the Pets4Vets. And should any of you feel that you want to send a donation to Pets4Vets, if you send them a check, don't send any money to me, send it to Pets4Vets. All the money that they receive that says Huntsville, Alabama in the for line, you make a little note what the check's for on the left bottom, you know. If you write Rescue Me or Huntsville Chapter or Huntsville, Alabama on there, they're putting all that money aside for a chapter in Huntsville. And we're going to make this happen. We've been working on it for a long time. There's some other people in here that have been working towards the same goal in your organization tonight. I'm not going to take up any more of your time. Ms. Freckles, up, 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 sit. Sit up pretty. Salute. Okay.
Hey, John, I have a question.
Yes.
It's ironic that you be talking about PTSD. From my church life, I was called by a mother today to go to the school to pick up their 17-year-old son. And the principal told me he had PTSD.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of program would probably work for him. He can, I mean, he's out of whack. I mean, yeah.
Well, yeah, and there's something, thank you for bringing that up, if I can just have another minute. PTSD is not just service related, okay? There are people that and kids, and they grow up in environments. PTSD is caused by an overload of stress that the brain can't handle. And it's all through society. The thing is, the percentage, according to the population, the percentage of people with PTSD is higher among service people than not. But it exists and is known in the civilian world. What I would suggest to you, sir, is that you go out and find a dog, or go out with them, get them an animal. Unfortunately, PetsforVets can't reach him. But the same thing that the dogs can do for veterans, they can do for other people
Okay,
too.
thank you.
Anyway, but there's hope out there. There's a lot of different people working on it.
You said that the only chapter that is going to start this spring is in Huntsville?
No, Huntsville does not have a chapter yet.
Okay, are there any other chapters in North Alabama?
No, there are none in the state. We
Well,
will be the first in the
That's what I was
state.
alluding to, because unless I'm just losing track of time, last year, first part of last year, the VFW got into a program called PetsforVets. And I don't know if it was an ongoing program like the rest of their programs where you had to apply money to do things that were involved in it or not. But if they are sincere about what they were trying to start, you might look for some assistance, because we've got quite a few VFWs in the state as well.
Well, the VFW folks that's another group I want to talk to myself. I am working with the CEO of PetsforVets, have been for the last year.
Okay.
I'm in constant communication with them. If there was another chapter being worked on here, or
That's the only reason I asked, to see if
Yeah.
there was another chapter, because.
not that I know of, they would let me know. As far as, we met with them at the Marriott here about a month ago. And as far as we know and have been told, the team that I've put together, we have some very talented, committed people on there. And I believe nobody can talk to a veteran like a veteran. We've got two of them on our team, so. Anyway, I would know if there was another chapter in the works here. And as of this moment, and my last email from her, there's none.
And as far as you know, the state of Alabama, Veterans of Foreign Wars, has not given you all any assistance either, have they?
Well, I haven't had the opportunity yet to address them like I'm addressing you folks tonight. But as far as I know, we're the only ones in the state currently working on opening a chapter of PetsforVets. So.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, John.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you very much for your time, folks.